Hi, this is Simon Chilembo here. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'd like to talk about personal strategies for coping with challenges accompanying coronavirus disease outcomes. My talk is going to be based on my cool coaching, Chilembo optimal outcomes, life coaching principles. Cool coaching has its premise the postulation that in any given situation you can only do so much depending on given parameters, tools that can be used, and how to use those tools. Cool coaching is a synthesis of my life experiences as a private person, also my academic training, not in the least professional. It's also heavily inspired by my experiences as a leader, as a thought leader, as a teacher. But the turning point in the development of cool coaching was my introduction more than 20 years ago to neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. NLP works around the ideas of how our use of language to explain and also interact with our reality affect our central nervous system, and therefore condition our behavior. Also about how our behavior also has a bearing on how we use language, our language, how our behavior also influences how our language develops. Of course, we take it for granted, that we will always have something to say in a certain way about how we feel, what we think, about given situations and expressing, our thoughts, our feelings. We don't think about it, generally speaking. So, the way we understand and put it in words, the impact that the current scourge of coronavirus disease, COVID-19, has on us is very, very important as to whether we let it destroy us, depress us, give us long-term traumas. The manner in which we describe our experiences, our thoughts, our feelings, given the current scourge of coronavirus disease, COVID-19, has a lot of bearing as to whether we as individuals shall come out of this victorious or as losers. Shall we come out of this strong and energized and ready for takeoff when it's over? Or are we going to come out down, feeling weak, feeling defeated, and actually manifesting, defeat and loss, suffering, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, for example. That's the premise. So I'm going to go through this idea, of how we want to describe our experiences. Reality is this is hard, this is difficult, but how hard is hard? Yeah. Is it, do you want to make it hard and cry, or do you want to make it hard? It's a challenge, presents opportunities. Yeah. Or it's a pause. It's a time for realigning our lives, making changes here and there. Or is it, wow, we are doomed, we are headed for annihilation of the human race because of what is going on out there, at the political level. Certain countries are doing this and that, certain individuals are doing that. No, we have no chance. The end of the world is here. Yeah. Why are we saying, no, man, this is cyclical things. This is one of the, those moments, that follow the normal cycles of life, So it's the words that we choose that will help us come out victorious out of this. In times like this, indeed, we use words, we use expressions, that reflect our fears, our uncertainties, our insecurities, because we don't know, we don't understand what's going on. We feel small, and indeed we are small. Change is going to come. What kind of change? Are we going to be part of this change? Are we going to gain or with this change, or is this change going to, destroy us? Those are genuine concerns. We've lost jobs, we've lost monies, our investments, when the economic crunch, as we see it now, the world economy is in trouble. If you have investments over there, investment funds through your banks, etc. Is it the end of the world? Those are genuine concerns. But we want to use words. We want to construct our language in such a way that it holds us. It keeps us buoyant. The metaphors that we use, like buoyancy, like a ship out at sea, out in the big ocean, the sea will rough, it will be rough and all, but the boat is just rocking, and until there is calm. So we want to have these, use words, phrases, that create that help us see forward movement, that show that make us see light, instead of darkness. Say that it's over now, we are on the other side of coronavirus disease, COVID-19. What now? What happens then? The reality also is that, everything is going to be different. There's going to be a lot of change. It's going to be, a new world in more ways than one. The impact this thing, has on, ourselves as individuals, and the wider society, at all levels. Not in the least, private economy, national economies, world economies. Everything's going to be very different. So, and the question is now, what now? So, the same elements of uncertainty, insecurity are going to prevail. And much of this also, remember, we're going to be so bruised, on the other side, having endured all these losses, our jobs starting afresh, and a lot of things, even socially, personal relations, many personal relations are going to suffer. It is anticipated, there's going to be very high rates of divorce, and for various factors, as part of the fallout of this crisis. Those things are going to happen. But according to, the idea that we're working with here, it all lies, in how we explain, linguistically, how what is this new situation about? There's going to be, you have to address, the issues of, of who am I? What has become of me? Some people will come out of this unscathed, Their jobs, their businesses and everything maybe will be for the better. Even that, will cause a major, shift in the internal paradigm, of the person. Their identity, who am I, your role, as a man, a woman, as a child, as a student, it doesn't matter, at work, in the wider society, all the endeavors that you are involved in, extramural activities, and so on and so on. All those things are part of your identity. It's going to happen. How do you address that? Perhaps one of the most important factors touches this very powerful subjective aspect of being human. Faith. After so much battering, and it's been very, very tough. It's tough. It's a new reality. Where you have to start from scratch. You've lost everything. Your wife, and you've lost face. You're no longer the superstar. That you were. In the years before the coronavirus crisis. Then begin to question. Your faith. Your beliefs. Your God. Your ancestral spirits. Whatever it is. That feeds, that nourishes. The spiritual aspect of being you, of being human. That's going to be touched. So it's said all the time. I use the line a lot myself, keep the faith. It's going to be all right. If you believe and you commit yourself to that, it's only a matter of time. Keep the faith. In conclusion, I want to say that, opportunity that arises in the new environment, maybe a new paradigm, this opportunity will manifest itself with impressions the mind creates as from the language it processes. So, Ahmet Altan, a Turkish writer, imprisoned 2016-17, writes from isolation in his prison cell. And there's a line that I like that's made a big impression on me, and I quote, "Like all writers, I have magic. I can pass through walls with ease." And this is what it's all about. It's about magic. Magic making the impossible, the seemingly impossible, possible. Your mind, your heart, how you organize your thoughts, how you structure your feelings. That way, telling, uplifting stories about this new environment, this new state of being. There's another line I like from a friend of mine, Mohamedi Semboja, on his profile in Twitter. Yeah, he's got a line there, that says, "You can travel anywhere just by closing your eyes." End of quote. That shows the importance of, allowing oneself, to dream and put in interpretation of these dreams, put words, put expressions, that drive optimism, that feed optimism, that feed the faith that it's going to be all right. We'll rise again. We'll walk through walls. We shall overcome. I wish everyone good living, good health, strength, resilience. I haven't forgotten the health professionals and workers who are doing such great work in the management of this crisis here. The effort that they put, cannot be overemphasized. We are very grateful. We don't forget the volunteers also at all levels. We appreciate. And those who have lost their beloved ones during this crisis, we extend our hearts and sympathies. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Do get in touch with your feedback. If you have questions, if you have suggestions, get in touch. My email address is simon@chilembo.com. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Pinterest. If there's any questions about NLP and coaching, please don't hesitate. I can and I will help where I can. My telephone number is Norwegian code +47 92 52 50 32. Hi, this is Simon Chilembo here. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. My blog is chilembo.com, as it appears on the screen here. My books are available all over the world via amazon.com. I write novels and essays about migration and what it does to us all. I also write poetry inspired by all aspects of my life, including love, of course. I'll see you soon. Be well, live strong always. Remember, wash your hands and maintain social distancing. Love and peace to everyone always.